Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be designing a lined vertical planner layout for National Coffee Day in my health and fitness planner. So come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here all ready to go, as well as some dot washi stickers that I may use. These coffee die cut stickers on a roll. Some stat stickers that I made on my computer. These Tombow brush pens, along with a blending palette and a water brush pen, and a coffee cup for some fun. These Happy Planner sticker books, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper here to get things started. And I have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll see what all I'm going to bring in together to make this idea come to life. I pulled out a few stat stickers from my stash. These ones are older ones that are not sized to fit my line vertical, so I'll be using those at the top. And they're just in some of the leftover colors that I had, so they're not a perfect match, but I think they work once I lay them in. I also decided to pull in some of this really cute coffee bean washi tape that I got a little while ago, actually, and pair it up right now with maybe some of these rose gold quotes from the Happy Planner stick book. Thought that the rose gold might work, but I'm really not a fan of foil. I just don't know if it's going to be my final. I like that I had a few different quotes with the same styling, which is why I was going to bring them in, but again, I really didn't want to bring in the foil if I didn't have to. I also dropped in a few colorful boxes in kind of a brown tone from another Happy Planner sticker book, and am weeding out the die-cut washi coffee stickers that I have there, picking out the ones that are mainly coffee and not something sweet or don't have any blue tones in them either. That's kind of my prerequisite for bringing in the certain stickers. I do like the coffee bean clusters that are the actual coffee beans next to leaves and things that give a little bit of greenery. I do like that. And I do like maybe lattes or something, but some of those are really very sweet coffee looking drinks, so those ones I'm steering away from a bit. I also have removed those rose gold quotes from before. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. They looked really light from my angle, so I just decided to go with something else from this Happy Planner sticker book here. And I really like these brown circle quotes. So I brought in one, says, I think, inhale courage, exhale doubt. That was a good one for a health spread. Plus I'm having trouble breathing lately, so inhale, exhale, so speaking to me. And then I also brought in a couple more of those colorful boxes, but this time it's got like a picture overlay that I think will work with the colors of this theme. So I brought in a few more colorful boxes in that colorway. Also looking for a few more coffee stickers to bring in, just to really drive home the coffee theme, and rearranging these little clusters I've been making here to kind of fit my liking and how things should be laid out. Again, saving the ones that I didn't want to use, just putting this at the top for now. Looking to see if there's anything else that I want to bring in as far as coffees that will help balance out the spread. And I found one that I thought was a lot nicer as far as the depth of color, really dark chocolatey brown. So I'm going to bring that one in, and then the rest I will save for later. So now that I'm done putting those on the roll, we can move on and figure out what else I want to bring in here. Still have 2 washi tapes that I haven't really brought in, but I pulled because I wanted to have a little bit more color. We'll see how we might just work those into the clusters. The dark brown one actually has vertical text on it, so I wasn't sure if I was going to use it vertically. This was just a leftover piece from a previous spread. So in the end, I just decided to use it horizontally, even though the text is sideways. It works. I mean, it's pretty small anyway, so I don't really think that that is a feature that's really going to detract from its use. I'm also moving up the stickers there just so that I'm not taking up so much room below and resettling them a little higher on the page. So I've got some clusters going. Let's go ahead and drop in where I think I'm going to put these stat stickers for now and figure out the layout of that. I have a kind of reddish pink tone it looks red enough, I think, almost a brown, and then we've got like an orange tone, a yellow, and then a black. So I only had one of the black and I had 2 of the other colors, so we're just going to work our way out from the black being in the middle and make that the color scheme. Because I'm doing that, let's go ahead and drop in some more, reiterating that color per day thing with a gradient across the page using these washi dots that I pulled as well. And all the colors are kind of matched up with the stat stickers above, except for the white one. I'm going to use that instead of black and see how I like that. It's okay. It's a little bit busy, but we'll see if we can make that work. I was thinking that would be a good place to start off where I put in my food log. So we'll see how that goes. I also decided to bring in another circle sticker, maybe here into the sidebar. Again, just for some repetition, I do like to do that. Now that I've laid that in, I think I'm going to go into this other Planning Things sticker book that I got last autumn, and I'm going to bring in a few of these kind of brown branchy pieces just to help fill out the spaces. I'm really thinking this is going to be more of just a grouping of items across the page in kind of a linear fashion. Using the colors that are really like coffee-based colors is hopefully going to be what holds us all together. I'm just dropping in some of those branches, like I said, where there's gaps in the collage. Fitting things in where I can. I got one here that I trimmed off and we'll try to layer it here with this other piece. It's looking good. I feel like maybe I need to tuck in this one circle sticker, so we'll do that. I like this as Make It Happen. That's a really good one for my health and fitness. Kind of reminds me just to stop making excuses and go ahead and make it happen. I'm going to move down these dot stickers, give myself a little bit more breathing room underneath the collage. I had this in my mind before, but then I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, but I think I will. I want to have a real strong idea here that this is a coffee theme. So there are some letters in the back of this book that I'm going to use to spell out coffee first. I think that's a good mantra for me usually. Every morning, it's like, don't talk to me until I've at least had a little moment of solace with my coffee. So I'm just going to go ahead and spell that out. And of course, I want to make sure I spell it correctly. And I was like, that's not right. So luckily, stickers can be moved. And we will put in the right letters where they belong. So I like it. I think I'm going to have to move it, though. It's a little bit unbalanced right now. for now, I have it there, but I wanted to bring in maybe a little bit more color here at the top because as I was flipping through, I saw these strip stickers. I thought might be a good way to do that here in my stats area. So I'm just pulling colors that are coordinated with the current stat sticker colors and reiterate that each day per color theme. Also came across this banner about life happens, coffee helps. Again, just kind of wanting to reiterate more of that coffee theme. And then I thought it would be nice to have some more of that same color scheme at the bottom. So I came across these Today long box stickers, which I originally wasn't thinking to use, but I really like that they bring in a nice big swash of color at the bottom. So I'm going to try to use those instead of the dots, giving me a little bit more presence down there and a place to, again, put in my food log. I was thinking to try to incorporate the dots that I had already pulled into the collage, but then thought better of it and decided to put those back. I think we're pretty close here as far as the color scheme and everything that I'm liking. And like I said, I will probably do a little bit of maneuvering with the quote that I made and where these boxes are placed, but overall, I think we're ready to move on to the sheets themselves. So before I lay these stickers down, I want to put in my little coffee stains onto the page. For this, I'm going to actually use a real coffee cup, and I just mixed some brown Tombow brush pen that I had with a little bit of a darker color because the brown was a little bit light, and put a drop of water on there just so that it would be a little more liquid. Dipped the cup in there and then stamped it onto the page. That worked pretty well, except for the cup that I seemed to pull really just did not have a strong base, so it was very thin, which made me want to go back here and just kind of beef up these coffee stains a little bit. I think this was good as far as the design, but because I was using the water brush pen, it did get a little bit inky, if you will, and seeped into the background of the page a bit. So on the flip side, it did bleed a slight bit in some of the heavier worked areas. That can happen. I mean, it's just a lot of water, I think, that just carried the ink through the page. But usually I have no problems with Tombow brush pens bleeding through the paper at all, so it had more to do with just reworking it with the water. Do my best here to kind of figure out what a coffee stain might look like. From memory, it really was a little bit of a challenge, honestly. But I think in the end it kind of works. There's going to be a lot of stickers layered over top, so you're only going to see bits and pieces of those stains coming through. But I like the idea of, again, adding more of that coffee feel to the spread. So now I am putting in those stickers that I pulled for the stat stickers and layering them with the stat stickers in their colors. I put those all the way to the top of the page and then layered the stat stickers kind of staggered below, and I really like the look of that actually. I think that turned out really nice. So I'll just go ahead and continue doing that again, reiterating that color per day look with a slight gradient. And now we'll go ahead and start dropping in the boxes at the bottom, doing the colors to match up with what's at the top. Hopefully this will be enough space for me to drop in my food log. My food log is pretty small these days, and so I tend to stick with mainly one meal a day, but you never know. Some days I eat a lot of different things even in that one meal, so we'll see how it goes, but should be enough room, I think. And okay, we got the boxes in. I like that continuous color. I'm going to rework the positioning of that quote like I mentioned. So I'm going to maybe use my ruler here just to pull up the letters and then find a new home for them. And I think I want them here. We'll go ahead and lay them in and then just straighten out a few of these ones that are a little bit off or crooked. I'll also white out behind the R here so that that black line doesn't show through. And give that a minute to dry as I do the other side. And I decided that I wanted the full text to be here on the right-hand side to help balance out the sidebar and the circle sticker that's kind of higher up there on the left. So as that dries and gets ready for me to lay it, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the left side, laying in the main cluster of stickers, straightening things out, and then rolling them off of the wax paper. It did get hung up underneath here, so I need to go back and reset a couple of things. Just straightening things out so that they align properly. But overall, that was a pretty smooth transition. And I really like that with the layered stain there below. Let's go ahead and drop in the rest of the word, coffee first. The E's were a little bit tight, so I loosened those up and then repositioned a few crooked letters. But that looks good, and now we're ready to move over the rest of this cluster. Just resetting things on their own so that it's a little bit easier for me to move it over. And this one was definitely crooked, so I needed to straighten that out before I slid it off. Go ahead and get that going. Thing looks pretty good. And all right, just gonna clean up some of the maybe wrinkled areas or things that needed to be shifted up a little away from the quote. Also want to white out behind some of these lighter washi stickers that touch the black lines and drop in this banner I pulled earlier. And that'll do it, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you want to see more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.